In this video, we're going to take a look at how to modify your advanced search page to include a new managed property. So I'll start here in SharePoint Server Central Administration. And under Application Management, I'll click Manage Service Applications. Come down and click my Search Service application. And then here in the left column, I'm going to click Metadata Properties. And you can see this is my list of managed properties. If I scroll down a little bit, you'll see that I have a managed property called Department, and that it's mapped to a number of different crawled properties. Now, if I switch over to my Search Center, I can use that managed property, Department, in a query if I want to. So I could say Department Marketing. And if I run the query, I get a list of documents where the crawled property associated with my department has been set to marketing. Now, if I go to my advanced search page and down to my property restrictions list, you'll see that department is not listed here. And what we're going to take a look at is how to add a managed property, in this case our department managed property, to this list so that your users can use it when they do advanced searches. Now, the first thing that I need to do is to actually edit this page. So under Site Actions, Edit Page, and I'm going to scroll down. You see here's my advanced search box. And I'm going to choose Edit Web Part. Now, I have quite a few options here. What I want to do is go to Properties, and you'll see that I have a text box here under Properties, and if I click in this box, you'll see a button appears here. And this allows me to directly edit the XML. Now, the XML as it's displayed here is obviously kind of hard to follow. So what I'm going to do is select it all, copy, and then I'm actually going to go over to Visual Studio and paste it. Now, you don't need to use Visual Studio. You can use any XML editor you want, or you can go ahead and edit in plain text if you want. But as you can see, it's much easier to read here, and the structure is much easier to follow. Now, I'm going to scroll down. You can see at the top here it has the languages. And then we have property definitions and result types. And there's a number of different result types nodes here. And each of these represents an option in the result type drop-down list. So we've got all results, documents, Word documents, Excel documents, and PowerPoint presentations. And what's underneath here are the property lists available when you select that result type. So if we take a quick look back at our Search Center, if result type is set to all results, I get a certain list here. If result type is set to, let's say, Word documents, I actually get a different list here. And if we go back to Visual Studio, that's what each of these nodes is defining. So to update our web part to include the department managed property, the first thing we need to do is to add a property definition for our new managed property. Now, the easy way to do this is to just select this last line here and make a copy of it. And then to update the name, which should be department. And this is the name of our managed property. And then the display name, which can be different. And this is what you'll see in the drop-down list. But in this case, we want it to be the same. So I'll type department again. And then for the result type nodes, I need to add an entry for each result type where I want the department option to appear. Now, in this case, I want it to appear under all of them. If, for example, I wanted it to only appear when you're searching on Word documents, then I would update only the Word documents node and leave the others alone. But in this case, I want it to appear in all of them. So again, I'm going to make a copy of the bottom note, change it to department, and then the easiest thing to do is to just copy this element and paste it at the bottom of each of the remaining nodes. Now that's all the updates that we need to make to the XML. Now, of course, we're just editing it here in Visual Studio for convenience and readability. So I need to take it back to my web part and paste it back in. So I'll select all, copy, I'm going to delete what's here, and then paste. And you can see here's my department property reference down here, and again up here. So I'll click OK. OK again. Save and close. And I'll erase our previous query here. And instead, I can now pick a property. There's department. And I can type marketing here and search. I can also add additional lines and say department equals marketing or engineering, for example. And you can see I got a whole bunch of documents that way. So that's a quick look at modifying your advanced search page to include a new managed property. You can leave feedback on this video or any of our TechNet content by going to the TechNet article and clicking the rating and feedback control at the top of the page. Or you can send feedback to searchdx@microsoft.com.